Okay, we're back on the Mustang. A friend of mine's Mustang, the one's having the engine built. Seems like we're going to be about 3 more weeks before we get the motor, so we decided to go ahead and do the rest of the stuff that needs to be done to it. All new coilovers in the back, 5-lug changeover, back and front. Right here's the K-member. We've stripped it down. We'll take it and have it cleaned. And we done got the whole front end down, so we're gonna have to do some work up here. Had a rough spot there, so we will be doing that for the next 3 weeks, I guess. Trying to get all this out, get ready to pull the rear end stuff out, so change all that over. He's got coilovers, adjustable sway bar links. So we get started on that, we'll come back. And today we're also repairing shock tower. Had to cut rust out and cut a patch to put in there, and we'll have it in a little while. Okay, the welding has begun. We got the piece in. We got about half welded up. It's on the passenger side of the 89 Mustang. Okay, we're doing the upper control arms, and these are adjustable. Adjustable upper control arms. Now, one thing you got to remember when you do this, the way I do it, is before I install them, I measure this hole to that hole, right there, those holes. And then I set this to that length. That way, whenever you put them in, at least you're back to what factory was. Okay. Now let's see if we can get this adjusted. This one is 9 1/4, so we'll want this from this hole to that hole to be 9 1/4, and it is 9. It is if I can get my measure right to work right, it's 9 1/4. So that one we won't have to fool with. Good. It's already set. Now them bad boys, I'll show you where they go. I'm gonna turn the camera around so I can see it. I can't do that. Okay. But anywho, let's see, where would that be? I hope this camera picks it up. It may not. Anyway, these go up in here, like that. Right up in there. They hook up here and hook up in there. All right. Okay, we'll get that in and we'll come right back. All right, today we've took off all the suspension out of this thing. Right there is all the stuff that come out of it. Springs, lower control arms, shocks. And we've put the Raceland springs in it, the Raceland shocks. It wasn't too bad. I think it was a BMR control arms. We still yet got to put the uppers in there, but we about got this done. We got to do the 5-lug conversion and the brakes, disc brakes in the back. And that ought to do it. All right, stay tuned. We'll get back at you. Now, today we're putting in bearings and seals in the Mustang. We done started this bearing on this side. I think we got a couple more knocks. Had to change the tooling. That's it. Now, let's change this out. Or we can knock a seal in. Now, before I put the seal in, I'm gonna put a little red silicone around the seal. Just a P-dab. Always make sure before you put your bearings and seals in, you have slid them over your shaft to make sure all that fits. I done that. Okay, we got that pretty well coated. Now we'll stick our seal in. Kind of start it. Put it up in. You want to kind of make sure it goes even. It looks pretty even. It should go flush. I'm going to change this out before I knock it all the way in. I want one that's bigger. Yeah, there you go. That'll keep me from knocking the seal too far in. It was flush, I think. Okay, there's the flush. Actually, I'm gonna try knocking it in a little more. I think it's supposed to go back past that little taper on the end. Let me see. Nope. Yeah, okay. Now we'll just want to barely tap this. Don't want to crush the seal. I just want to see if it goes in anymore past that taper. Okay, that's it. Now, we'll be doing the other side. It's just like this, so you won't need to see that. All right, that ought to do it then. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and show this side because I didn't show me knocking the bearings in and what I do before that. I just take this red Scotch-Brite and kind of go in here and clean it up some. Because I think they had silicone on the seal too, like I put. And clean it out. Take the rag, wipe it out. Then you put a little cleaner in it, wipe it out again. Now, probably don't need to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I always look for the numbers on the bearing and put them out. In case somebody wants to order their bearings before they start this job and they can see the number, they would know what to get, or whatever. If they're buying them, not buying them specific to the car. Okay, this is a little assembly lube, and it's It's like real tacky grease or oil. I just use it for a lubricant thing where the bearings will slide in easier. Bearings out. And you want to start it up in there. You can feel it kind of start right there. Now, get a little bearing knocker in there from Harbor Freight. I'm not too impressed with it, but you know, that's all we got. And it does the job. All right, now you want to just put her up here and kind of make sure she's right in the center or on equal on each side and just tap it. Just to get her started. Now, going in a lot easier than they come out. You can feel when they stop. Yep, there it went. All right, now I want to get my seal out. And I've done tried these on the shaft. Let's take this off. Now on the other side, I had done this, and I found one knocked it back. I mean, it don't hurt it to knock it on past that, but they were flush. So, where's my silicone? Here it is. All right. I always put a little bit of silicone, so that way the oil won't leak out around it. Okay, you can start that. Okay, now take the other one. You want to knock them flush. I noticed the top's out, so I'm going to kind of make sure all my striking is up here. There it is. I went ahead and knocked them past flush to get them in the whole seal setting in its seat. They weren't flush, but I think they should, or they were flush, and I don't think they should be. I think they need to be knocked back past this taper. Okay, now I'll take a little bit of my assembly lube here. Squirt in there on the burn. I can't tell if any's coming out. Okay, there it is. Okay, we'll put a pretty good bit in there and kind of whoosh it around. Usually you don't put no oil on your seal. Sounds like you should, but it's actually, they'll seat in with that axle and seat better without oil on them. You could get them oily and they won't seal. At least that's what I've been told. I may be wrong, you know, but I'm gonna wipe some of the silicone off the outer. All right, that ought to do it other than sliding the axle in, and I don't have it here with me, so we'll go ahead and slide the axles in after we get them. All right, that should be it.
All
All right, we done got this axle in, and we're getting ready to stick this other one in. You do that first. And we're gonna put this other one in over here. You see it? Got a light. Alrighty. Go in. All right, now we got that in. Now I guess we'll put you on a time lapse and we'll show putting the brakes and everything on. Okay. Yeah. All right, we're gonna put the rotor on. Rotor on. What I'm gonna do is a couple washers on, put my lug nuts on. That'll hold my rotor in place. All right, now for the rest of it, we're going to be putting caliper on and brake pads in, clips, bolts, and we'll put that on a time lapse. Alrighty. Okay, we're moving to the other side now. We done got this side. Y'all don't need to see that. Be the same as this. So, that ought to do her. Okay, we've moved on now to the engine bay. All this is coming out. All the wiring, sway bar coming out. Brake stuff's coming off. Everything's coming out, so all this can be cleaned up. Oh, I done got my K-member back. Yeah, we painted it, cleaned it up, sandblasted it, painted it. It's just stored there for now until I get ready to start cleaning all this up. Once we start that, we'll get all this cleaned up and get the K-member mounted in and then put all the front end stuff on it. All right, that should do it for now. Don't forget to subscribe and like if you want to continue watching this. Don't know how soon I can get them on, but I got a full-time job, so I got to work. Sometimes I got to work weekends, so. Okay, that should do her.